So I should say, we are here to talk about Obama being called out by me for giving out sympathy instead of a reparations check to Tulsa massacre survivor mother Viola Ford Fletcher, who was harmed yesterday at the age of 111 years old. Of course, I'm going to show y'all a couple of videos to kind of go along with what I'm saying. When I saw his tweet, it really made me mad. That's why I need to talk about it because, like, okay, man, whatever. So, of course, y'all will see that tweet. But in the meantime, as everybody's coming, I see people coming in now. If you haven't already, we have an app, Africanized News Channel app, and you can go to your Play Store on your phone and download that. Again, if you haven't already, it is something that we have made for us by us to deliver the news and information that you can use the way you need to do it, right? You will not see this type of stuff in detail that we go in on CBS, NBC, or any of the other mainstream medias. And to be honest with you, you ain't gonna see it on a lot of other places where they say they talk about black issues. They'll gloss over it, but they ain't gonna go deep into the weeds, right? So that's what we do here. And of course, we'll see more of that on the app. So you can go on over there. If you haven't already, please do that. So yesterday, as I was on my line, I didn't know that there was a tornado going on. Now, as I can look out my window here, I saw the weather was kind of funky, and I'm like, oh, okay, it was lightning and stuff. So when I got off, I started to see the news and stuff. I'm like, there's a tornado not too far from me, right? And pull up some things. And then I thought, you know what, let me go on back to Southern California, where we may have an earthquake or something like that, which is considered to be the worst natural disaster.
Y'all, hey, y'all still gray. Hey, Raven. Hey, Mickey Brooks. Are y'all as tired as I am? I'm burning some Palo Santo just because we need to clear the energy. Like, I'm so proud of us. We have come such a long way. We do not let people play with us. Like, before, before, we would have let that slide. Him saying, going on stage and saying, immigrants built America, we would have let that slide. We would have let him have that. But today, in this new world where we are stepping for our ancestors and we are standing in our power, we are standing on our birthright and our inheritance, we're not letting that type of stuff slide no more. And we're tired of these blackface marauders coming here pretending like they're us and then spitting in our faces. He really tried it. He really tried it. And I don't believe he wrote the speech, the Grammy speech to begin with. And we watched the whole thing. Why was it so long? It's not even like I guess because they said it was a history making award. They gave him the floor. But I feel like they gave him the floor because they gave him his talking points and they told him what he needed to say. All of this is just orchestrated because black folks, black Americans, we have decided to disengage from the system. We have stopped feeding the beast. And since we've stopped feeding the beast, they need somebody else to get to be in our place. At first, they were trying to replace us because they were trying not to have to pay reparations. They're going to have to pay reparations. They were trying to dilute us. They've been trying to kill us for 400 years. It hasn't worked yet. We're at the point now where the white folks, they can't live without us. And when I say they can't live without us, they have decided to give us their women because they want our men to procreate with their women so they can have a fighting chance of staying on this earth. They know it's over. It's been over for about 100 years. The only thing that saved them was TV and film. TV and film gave them the opportunity to create propaganda around white supremacy, and they were able to send that worldwide. That was the only thing that saved them. But their time has been over for the last 100 years. Us standing in our power, waking up in unison and saying we're not falling for any of this anymore. We're not going to allow you to play with us. That has really messed up the game. And I'm proud of us because, you know, any other time we kind of would have just been like, okay, whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's been so many times people have said crazy stuff, and we will just let it go. You know what I mean? Like we used to feel like a lot of stuff wasn't as deep as it is. Oh, it's deep. Oh, it's deep. I don't care what anybody says. If we feel a way about it, it's deep. It is that deep. They can be mad about it. I don't care. But when people get up on a, a national platform, a global platform, and lie and dismiss who we are, we're not standing for it no more. And Chibueze, you really tried it. But we're gonna talk about some other stuff first. Because I don't know, let's just talk about some other stuff before we get to his non-apology, because really he just doubled down on some bull. That's literally all he did was double down. So we will we gonna I'm sorry, y'all. You know I'm not too good on this here computer, so I'm trying to run the show. So let's get to it. Uh-oh.
Be a true racist and not use anything or be involved with anything that was invented or created by blacks. Do you want a list? The ironing board, the refrigerator, the baby carriage, the shoemaking machines, the traffic signal, the incandescent light bulb, the folding bed, the mailbox, air conditioning, elevator. You want me to go on? You're really going to be a racist, then you should be a true racist and not use anything or be involved with anything that was invented or created by blacks. Do you want a list? The ironing board, the refrigerator, the baby carriage, the shoemaking machines, the traffic signal, the incandescent light bulb, the folding bed, the mailbox, air conditioning, elevator. You want me to go on?
My girl Jenny Jones was not playing with her. So that goes back to what I was saying earlier. The crackers know that they can't live without us. And they've probably known this since before. Well, they knew this for sure, maybe around 1800. That's when they probably realized around that time. And for like maybe 50 years, they were like, okay, how about we just try to kill them off? But we were just growing too too strong for them. And I guess they knew that if they released us from bondage, without any type of repair, that we would probably end up dying. That never happened. So we're at the point where they're dying out, we're growing stronger. So in order for them to stay in power, they have to either procreate with us or procreate with the buffer class that they created to be in the middle of us. And I don't think that's working. I don't think any of it's working for them. And the fact that we're having a spiritual awakening where we're all coming to the same conclusions just by going inward and realizing what's going on. they can't infiltrate it because they'll have to infiltrate our minds, and it hasn't worked yet. Even with this social media, with Instagram, TikTok, even with streaming, we can watch whatever we want at any time. Like none of it is distracting us enough from ourselves and the task at hand. Yeah, Alcel Gray says, I'm sure as hell he didn't write that apology either. No, he didn't write the speech. He didn't write the apology at all. Raven says, right, our people are waking up, and I'm so proud of us. Like, I feel like I came to this earth at this time for this reason. Because I don't think I could have lived at any other time. And maybe I have, my soul has been here before, but this is the time that our ancestors have been waiting for it. It's what a time to be alive. Did you see that Deontay Kyle was even trying to act like he had a problem with what he said? No, I did not. He said he is done with his. No, he didn't. You got to send that to me. That's why I understand why our people. Like I told y'all before, I have my older sister. She's 2 years older than me. She is half white. I used to hate when I'm originally from Tampa, Florida. I was born in Tampa. I probably spent like 2 months there before we moved. I grew up in Atlanta. I've been here most of my life. I used to hate having to go to Florida and spend time with my sister and her family. I did not like those white people. And that was the only time that in my life, I ever dealt with white people until I got older and I started my first job. You know what I mean? So having them in your family in a way is like, it just opens you up to like how foul they are. You know what I mean? Like they don't stand on nothing. They they don't stand on nothing. They couldn't even stand on white supremacy. They couldn't even they're just. I'm not gonna go too hard right now because that's not even why we're here. We're here. We'll leave that for another show. But we're here for Chibueze. And the reason why I named it this because he didn't even grow up around us. He grew up in a Nigerian enclave with white people surrounded. The reason why his name is Chibueze is because his white friends couldn't pronounce his name, and he didn't want to stand on it enough to make them pronounce his name correctly. So he let them give him a stupid, goofy nickname. No, 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 no. That's not how we move. So you're not about to stand in front of us and tell us that you're black when you know you're not. You know you're not. You're trying to be black because of the accolades. You're trying to be black because it gives you social currency that being Nigerian won't give you. Being black, you're automatically stamped as cool. Being Nigerian is weird. We don't know what that is. What does Nigerian mean in America? But you want to you wanted to come to the front and try to take an accolade that you did not deserve. You don't deserve a first black anything. If you want to be the first Nigerian or the first Igbo to do something, okay, but you can't be the first black. And it's even worse because it's 2026 and we still have these first black, things where we should have left that in the last century. I feel like that's one of the reasons why we have decided that we have to disengage. We have to start the separation process. We have to start doing for ourselves because we're getting stuck in this system that all it wants to do is keep us behind. We're too much of a creative and innovative people for them to try to keep putting us behind. And look at how he looks in this picture. He looks like a step and fetch it, wearing a costume. We really have to start calling these immigrants, these first and second generation immigrants, what they are. They are lost people in America trying to leech on to some type of identity that makes them feel like they're not weird. No, you're weird because you're trying to pretend like you're something that you're not. And then you're stepping in front of us trying to pretend like you're us and you're you, but we can't be you. We can only be us. So that means that you can't be us either. I'm sick of it. I'm really sick of it. Let me find what Austel Gray sent me because did you send him to me on? Okay, here it is. I see. I mean, my mentions are blown up right now. It's been blowing up all morning. Oh, Jay Austin, my fellow Atlanta friend. First of all, me and him talk all the time on Twitter. We have not met each other in real life, but I feel like we're gonna meet each other real soon. He said it's amazing how. Oh, sorry, y'all. Let me share the tab. He says it's amazing how quickly a mind can change in 24 hours. Deontay Kyle said on Threads, because he's not on Twitter, boy, oh boy, are you niggas being weird. Black Americans being centered bothers y'all. Why? What? How do you shift your ideology that quickly? Oh my God. Woo wee. Hold on. I have to, y'all gonna see me. Wait, none of these are good. Okay, never mind. I'm just gonna say, what the hell? Because what do you mean? Like literally, what do you mean by this? You just spent the whole last week crapping on FBA, which are pretty much it's another name for foundational black. I mean, it's another name for Black Americans. It's just foundational Black Americans with the F in front of it. I think he realize that that little play that he was trying to do wasn't going to work. Is that what he realized? Family, what is going on? What? Hey, Red Six. He said Africans go to other countries and cosplay and pretend to be. That's what I think I've said that on one of the shows. I've been doing these shows every day, so they're starting to just run together. But I think I said that they go to other places and pretend to be us because they're still seen as other. You don't have the global social cachet that we have. You don't have any notable celebrities, notable politicians, notable people, period, that have done anything to to make it so that your own ethnicity or your own culture can be seen as safe. I don't care who you are. If I can't identify you, I'm going to feel unsafe around you and I'm going to act accordingly. Just like in my neighborhood, if I see somebody walking down the street who I haven't seen before, I'm going to watch that person. I'm going to be wary of them. And that's pretty much how it is all over the world. Black Americans, and it's not just because we have a blue passport, but they see our celebrities, they see our authors, they see our actors and actresses, they see our politicians, they see we're visible, we're highly visible all over the world. So when they see a black person, if you're in France, they see a black person that's speaking English with an American accent, they immediately change how they treat you because they see that you're not an African or you're not somebody from, some third world place. And they think that we don't travel and we don't know this. No, we know this and we know that y'all pretend to be us. What else? Buddy was surprised to see that Black Americans as a whole was offended, so he wanted to jump on the wave. Yeah. And we're not surprised because that's what they always do. That's what they always do. You know what? Hmm. Let's yeah. Let's go back to the show. Cause he gonna make me sick. Did y'all hear about this? Aroldis Chapman was not approved to pitch for Great Britain in the World Baseball Classic because his lineage-based documentation did not prove eligibility. Chapman received an offer from the team in June and planned to accept it. So here's the thing. This guy is Jamaican. I think his grandfather or his father was born in Jamaica under the British Commonwealth, and he was born in Cuba. He now plays for the Boston Red Sox. He was trying to be on like a British team, a British baseball team. They wanted him to be on the British baseball team. He thought that he could finagle his, finagle the paperwork so he could get on the team, but he was deemed ineligible. What do y'all think about that? I found that so interesting. Right. Ain't that something? Right. So now lineage matters. They try to tell us lineage doesn't matter, but it clearly matters in this context. And I mean, I don't watch baseball, so I don't know who he is. So, but apparently he's like a great player. So of course they would want him to be on the team. But he didn't. And it wasn't it wasn't their rules for the team. It was like I guess the organization's rules who has this team. Let me go back to it because the World Baseball Classic, yeah, and it's per their rules. So I found that very very interesting because as soon as we say lineage matters, the it seems like the memo gets transported all over the world, and everybody has to stand on the fact that lineage matters. I find that hilarious, y'all. Um, I had something that I wanted to talk about, but I'll have to put on that on another day. I'll have to put that on another day. I thought this was the cutest picture ever. This woman was the first black zookeeper in the world. Well, I guess black American zookeeper in the world. And I thought this was the cutest. I'm loving all the Black American History Month content. Like, I love it so much because I'm discovering stuff that I didn't know. And I've always been like a Black History buff. Even I won the Black History Quiz Bowl when I was in the fifth grade. So, wait, I won it in the fifth grade and I won it in the sixth grade. So, I've always been a Black History buff. And I feel like I'm learning so many new things this year. And it's stuff that, like, I wouldn't say it was suppressed, but it's like little known facts. You know what I mean? Like, we know all the main stuff, but I like the little known facts because it kind of expands how much, how much we've actually done. We've done so much, and a lot of it gets lost in translation because it's not like we're the type of people that actually stops and, you know, marvels and celebrates those things in the moment. It's like we're just living. And I feel like that's one of the big reasons why people are like so bothered by us delineating, because at first they were able to claim those accomplishments and now they can't claim the accomplishments because we're such a highly documented people that they can't even pretend like they were in on our successes. So before we let it pass, like, okay, yeah, global blackness, we all black, we brothers and sisters. Well, that's dead because they didn't reciprocate properly because they come from places where it's low trust and low, low morals, that they came here and when they were met with love, they met us with suspicion and secret hatred. So now that we have, like I said, gone insular and we've tightened our ranks, we've closed the gates, everybody else is kind of like, oh man, now we got to stand on our own 2 feet and really we ain't got 10 toes. We got 2 feet, but we ain't got 10 toes. So we got to figure something out. Hey, Dante, 3 times X. So, yeah, you came right on time. We're about to transition into Chibueze. We're about to transition into him because he thought it was cute for him to play. He thought it was cute to play on our head top again. Because first he played at the Grammys, and then he saw the backlash. And I would love to be a fly on the wall. Like, do you think that he he stopped speaking in his American accent when the cameras go off? You think he speaks in his Nigerian accent? Because I read that he ended up going to a Nigerian boarding school. Like, I wonder what years he was even active in this country, in Virginia, because he actually went to a Nigerian boarding school. So he goes in and out of the American accent. He's one of those. So I would love to be a fly on the wall when he was scrolling through uh social media looking for people to say congratulations, and they were saying, boy, if you don't get they were saying, boy, if you don't get he thought people were going to be like, oh, this is such a monumentous occasion, congratulations. No, because you tried it. So his apology, we're going to read it. First and foremost, I want to express my deep gratitude to everyone who has supported and celebrated my journey as an artist. I also want to acknowledge the conversation sounder I want to acknowledge the conversation surrounding my acceptance speech. To be clear, I know and believe that hold on, we, uppercase B, black people, you're not a part of that we, brother. You know what? I called you brother. You like a second cousin. No, you like a third or a fourth cousin. You a cousin that I see at the family reunion every couple years, and I know your face, but I don't know your name. So, when you come over to me, I be like, oh yeah, I remember, yeah, mm-hmm. But then I walk away, and then I go to somebody I actually know, and I say, who is that? Oh, 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 he so and so. Yeah, no, that's the part. No, 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 no. I don't know you like that. Why are you saying we? You're not black. You might be a lowercase black, but you're not an uppercase black. The uppercase black, we are an ethnic group. You are not a part of our ethnic group. You are a second generation Nigerian American. And I say that American kind of because you obviously were an anchor baby who was born here and then you went to school in Nigeria. But now you a us. No, 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 no. You didn't put in on this. Okay. To be clear, I know and believe that we black people have also built this country. You didn't put in on this, man. You didn't build anything. Your people probably got here around the 80s. Your dad got here because he was on a student visa. Come on now, why are you playing with us? You didn't build anything. You're not us. Because if you were us, you wouldn't have delineated when you accepted your speech. I mean, when you accepted your Grammy during your speech, you delineated away from us. So that's why it really kills me when people say that we're the ones being divisive. No, they're being divisive by coming here and retaining their cultures. In my America, if you wanted to come here, you would have to denounce wherever you came from, and you would not be able to speak your old language in this country. Your culture, you would leave it at the door. I'm you have to assimilate to American culture. I have a friend slash neighbor. Well, we ain't really friends, but we neighbors. Um, she's a teacher, and the school that she teaches at is like majority Afghanistan in Georgia, in DeKalb County, outside of Atlanta. She teaches at a school here that is majority Afghan refugees. And they're not assimilating. Like, she's had to talk to children about their odor. Like, it's crazy. It's really crazy. They're allowed to bring the third world here, and we have to accommodate the third world. No, in my America, we would not be doing that. So no, Chibueze, you are not us. You don't come from people who built this country. You came long after that. So you can't even claim that. Like, your people didn't even come through Ellis Island. If your people came through Ellis Island, I'd be like, okay, yeah, you probably built some skyscrapers or whatever, Chicago, New York, whatever. You know what I mean? But your dad came here on a student visa. Why are you playing with us? Like, oh, right, Raven. He's speaking French now. Racially black is not equal to black. No, it's not, because we are an ethnic group. We went through an ethnogenesis. We are mixed. We are literally a mixed people. We are mixed with indigenous. We are with the we're mixed with the indigenous people. We are mixed with European. We're mixed with, some of us are mixed with African. Like, a lot of us, we're still trying to find African people in our genealogy. We gave y'all that. Like, oh, okay, we don't really know, so we might be African. You know what I mean? But the more that we look into our genealogy, we're like, okay, where's the African? And even now, it's like it's 500 years removed from that place. We have become our own people. We were fortified through an experiment. We were bred to become the people that we are today. Chibueze, you are not a part of that. Austin Gray says, now Conscious Lee is trying to get on the wave too. I tagged you in it. Ooh, okay, hold on. We're gonna sidebar. I gotta see this. I'm getting so many mentions right now, y'all. So I'm gonna have to find it. And you see, I don't be looking at my DMs. Okay, here it go. Oh my God. Why you ain't tell me he was talking? I think I kind of saw this one. I think I kind of saw this one. Okay.
What's the difference between an immigrant, a settler, a slave, and the indigenous person? I understand what Chibueze was trying to say, though I still believe he's wrong. He was trying to say that immigrants contribute to America and should be valued. I can agree with that statement, but saying they built this country, oh, that's a misnomer. Settlers, they move in, colonize, and try to eradicate the existing population, while immigrants, they move into a already existing infrastructure and contribute to what's going on. We live in a colonial project that was established through colonial violence and erasure of indigenous people, that was built up by enslaved folks that came here involuntarily. See, my grandfather always said the pathway to hell is paved with good intentions. With that being said, nobody's accusing this man of having ill will, but we are acknowledging the erasure and the harm that what his statement has caused. Yes, we've had Chinese.
You know what? I will say it is ill will, because if he said what he said at the Grammys and saw the backlash and said, okay, I see where I may have overstepped and I may have misspoken. I was ignorant. Let me get some more education. I apologize to the people that I hurt. I want to move forward. If that was the apology, we would have been like, thank you. Let's Let's teach you. But he doubled down on it. So no, there's ill will there. There's some arrogance. These people don't believe that we are our own people. They don't believe that we have a culture. He literally got up there and said immigrants bring their culture here and bring color to the country. First of all, there was already color to the country. We were already a diverse people before the first immigrant came. Because when this country was being founded, those weren't immigrants. Those were colonialists. Those were people, those were colonizers coming to take over whatever they could take. Immigrants started coming what after 1776. Those immigrants back then, they may have come and helped build America. An immigrant coming in the 80s, you didn't build anything. And I don't even, what have you contributed to? Because you saying immigrants bring their cultures here and give color, you won a Grammy in a category for a music genre that's been in this country for 100 years. That was created by Black Americans. You didn't bring nothing new. Your biggest song was a ripoff of a Black American rapper, Jaquan Tipsy. All you did was put a banjo on it and sing it in a country accent. That's all you did. I feel like, okay, baby, come on. She got to use the bathroom. But what I feel like is that we make everything look so easy, and it might be because they don't really, consider us like real humans. You know what I mean? They still think that we're slaves. They think that the things that we accomplished are easy to accomplish. And they do accomplish a lot of things easily because they cozy up to the power structure. And since they do that, they think that they're getting the one up on us. Like, oh, we just got here, but we're able to do these things. You're able to do these things because we opened those up those doors. And since we are pretty much hated in this country and they want to suppress us and they don't want us to grow, they don't want us to have any money, they don't want us to be self-sufficient, they'll give you the same accolades that we actually had to work for. They'll just give it to you because they're trying to spit in our face the same way that you are. So they have like they're so ignorant of the way things are here that they really end up shooting themselves in the foot trying to progress past us. Because we, like I said before, we went through like a fortification process where we were bred to become the people that we are. All they did was get off a boat or get off a plane, and they were like fast tracked to become us. But they missed so much that they had to learn in order to get to this point. So when they're thrust on the public stage, it's revealed how little they actually know. It's just like if you apply to a job and you lied on your resume and said you could do all these things and you couldn't, and you start the job and they find out that you can't do what you say you can do, you get fired. That's what we're witnessing right now. We're witnessing melanated immigrants who came here to be blackface marauders. We're witnessing them get fired. So, okay, we'll finish what Consciously had to say.
Inclusion Acts and various different ways of disposing immigrant labor. However, that was a contribution to the already structured colonial project that was made through the blood, sweat, and tears of my ancestors. I hope it's two things that come from this dialogue around this man and this Grammy. First, is that we have conversations realistically about relationship to the land, about how indigenous people, descendants of settlers, descendants of enslaved folks, immigrants and descendants of immigrants have different relationship to the land called America. We got some folks that's indigenous to this land. They got their own customs and traditions to this land that predates everybody else's presence. Then we got descendants of settlers. This relationship to this land is through a colonial project. Then we have the migration relationship to the land, one that seeks opportunity because there was an infrastructure already built there that one can take advantage of. And then we got the descendant of the enslaved peoples, the ones that built up the land, that came to the land involuntarily, that still has our legal rights and all type of different contingencies that now the immigrant population is starting to feel.
Wait, what did he say? Oh, I have to.
That now the immigrant population is starting to the land involuntarily. Then we got the descendant of the enslaved peoples, the ones that built up the land, that came to the land involuntarily, that still has our legal rights and all type of different contingencies that now the immigrant population is starting to feel.
What did he say? I didn't get that. I didn't get that. What did he say? He said they still got what? They still got what? Uh-oh. Yeah, they bring their culture here, but their homelands look like a dystopian wasteland. I was just about to say something about that, Red Six. Thank you. How did you build anything over here when the place that you left is not built? Like, it's cognitive dissonance. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't make any sense. And I've noticed that all people in America are like paying attention, and they're paying attention to things that they would have never paid attention to before. I want to get on that because I just saw a video where this guy, he's at Walmart buying meat. First of all, I don't buy my meat from Walmart, but he's buying meat at Walmart. He's looking at the price. It's like $25 for a ham. And he's like, that sounds crazy. So he looks at the price per pound on the ham, and it's like $2.54 or something like that by the pound. It's only like a 2-pound ham. So they're charging $25. They're getting over on people. And we have people that are paying attention to stuff like that. This is what they don't want. They don't want you to really zoom in to all the ways that they're trying to get over on us. And this is a huge part of how they're trying to get over on Black Americans. Like, they're clearly trying to put these melanated blackface marauders in our place. Because how are you calling yourself Black and making it seem like you built anything in this country? You don't come from our people. And you didn't contribute nothing. You brought nothing of note here. You did nothing that should be applauded. Like, there's no creation. You literally did nothing. And we're supposed to be celebrating you and your accomplishments. What was accomplished? Hey, Damage. Did I follow you? I feel like did I follow you back on Twitter? I know I follow you on Twitter. I mean, on TikTok, but do I follow you on Twitter? Add me so I can add you back. Yeah, we're gonna finish this apology. That was the first time that I ever agreed with anything Consciously had to say about anything. So I'm feeling like these people are going to try to change their rhetoric in order to mirror ours. But, a mirror image isn't, completely accurate. So, yeah, they're going to try to mirror our rhetoric, and we got to pay attention. We got to really, really watch these people, because they'll do that and they'll change one thing just to see if we're paying attention. So yeah, we gotta watch these people. They're tricky, and I'm proud of us because we're watching and we're noticing where they make their missteps. So yeah, Good on us. Thank you for sharing that, Ostel Gray. So yeah, we're back to it. I'll start over this part. To be clear, I know and believe that we Black people have also built this country. My words were never intended to dismiss that truth. I am both a Black man and the son of Nigerian immigrants. But you're not. You're not. Because if you were a Black man, you would have said something about the Black Americans in this country, or you wouldn't even have to say Black Americans. You would have said something to the Black people in this country when you accepted that award, because you're standing on the shoulders of our ancestors. You didn't mention how important it would have been for a Black person to win that award. That's how we know you playing in our face. And we don't take kindly to people playing in our faces. We're not letting this stuff slide anymore. And we're paying attention. We're paying close attention to the way you have worded this PR apology. And we don't accept it. We don't accept it. I haven't even gotten through the whole apology. We don't accept this because you started off wrong. I am both a Black man and the son of Nigerian immigrants. And in the overwhelming moment of winning my first Grammy, my focus was on honoring the sacrifices my parents made by coming to this country to give me and my siblings opportunities they never had. Again, Black Americans didn't come to this country for opportunities. We were the opportunity. And since we were the opportunity, we don't respect people that come here and see our sacrifices, the sacrifices that our ancestors made, as an opportunity for them. Like I said, you are standing on the shoulders of our ancestors, and you did not honor them, not once. That is extremely disrespectful. At the same time, winning this award on the first day of Black History Month and becoming the first Black man to win Best Country Duo is Black history. It is not. It is not. This is a psyop. This was a way for the power structure to stick it to us, because that's what they do. He doesn't know that. He doesn't know that this is the type of psychological games that these people play with us. The Grammys and the Super Bowl is always in the month of February. That is for a reason. These are humiliation rituals. They try to set us up so we can be emotionally invested in the wins of these people. And then they pull the rug out from under us. They do this all the time. They tried it with Chibueze already. And it didn't work. Remember when he had like 11 nominations at the CMAs last year, the Country Music Awards? I think he had 11 nominations, and he didn't win one. They realized then that we didn't give a damn, because we was on this last year. We weren't the ones listening to Tipsy. We didn't care about that song. When we found out that he was Nigerian, we were like, oh, okay. We're not investing in this, because we know that when these people, they pretend to be Black, when they win something, they always give the glory to their actual ethnic group. I'm surprised that he didn't get up there and start talking about how he was Igbo, because that's how these people really get down. But when he lost every single one of those nominations at the CMAs, we were like, okay, that's what these people do. We're not surprised, and we didn't care. And I feel like that's when he had his people probably had to brainstorm and figure out what his new angle was going to be, because he didn't have Black American support back then. He wasn't going to have it now. So they probably wanted to do this immigrant angle because they knew that we weren't going to support him anyway. This is not a win for Black history. This is not Black history at all. This is like an asterisk because you're not black. You didn't fight for anything here. The reason why our wins are so important because we had to fight for everything that we got. You're not a part of this black white power dynamic. You're not a part of this. You're a buffer class in the middle that's supposed to make it seem like we're progressing as a country while we still get pushed behind. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. I don't think he understands this. I don't think most immigrants understand this because they're still stuck on the fact that they're doing better. They think that they're doing better than us in our own country. But if I picked up and I went to one of their countries, I'd be doing better than them. It's the same for Native cultures all over the world. Of course, someone has not been subjected to whatever the Native people have been subjected to, that person is always going to do better. I'm coming with my luggage. I don't have to deal with your baggage. And that's what Chibueze is doing. Anyways, it stands on the foundation laid by generations of Black people who fought, sacrificed, and succeeded long before me. This moment belongs to all of us. It does not. This moment doesn't belong to us. We fought for it, and you came in. This is like a track. We're running track, right? And I'm almost about to win, and you tripped me, and you beat me. It's like the same thing. Like you weren't even on the track. You came out of nowhere and you just pushed me out the way and you won. This is what's happening here. This isn't Black history at all. It's really a slap in the face to everyone who worked and fought before you. My entire career has been rooted in lifting people up, honoring where we come from, and expanding what's possible. I mean, he may have been lifting people up. He may have been honoring where he comes from, but he didn't expand shit. What did he expand? These people don't come here and do anything new. I am proud to be a part of this legacy. You're not a part of any legacy that has to do with Black Americans. You're always going to be looked at as what you are. You are a Nigerian American who pretty much stole valor. That's all he's done. I intend to continue doing that work for the rest of my life. With love, Chibueze. And even him using his actual name does not lend him any authenticity. You still seem as fake as you did when you accepted that Grammy Award, when you were in your video for Tipsy and want no Black people in the video at all. He's standing in a place where Southern Soul should be standing in. All the artists that do Southern Soul who make these great songs for us to do our line dances to, those are the people that should be honored in his place. That's expanding. That's expanding. That's growing. That's adding on to a legacy. What he's doing is not, it didn't do any of that. All you did was step in the front of people who have been doing the work for so long. Okay, let me read y'all's messages. Okay. Thank you. He's an industry plant. He knows what he's doing and he's playing his role. Probably won't be relevant within the next 3 years. Hey, people like him are useful. They'll keep propping him up and using him wherever they can. He'll be doing stuff like hosting the ball drop for the New Year's. You know what I mean? Like they'll keep him involved. They'll put him in Mario Lopez's role. They'll put him in Mario Lopez's role just so they can keep putting him in our face and showing us how they can play around with our legacy. But they don't know that. And if they do know that, they don't care. And they have no problem with being used in that way. Because at the end of the day, he could be back in Nigeria. He could be in Lagos, walking through the street in about 3 feet of water up to his knees in some flip-flops. So these people, they don't care. Like I said, they come from low trust, low moral places. They don't trust their own people. They come from places where it's 99% Black people there or melanated people there, and they don't trust their own people. And they come here with those same attitudes. And they really don't like us because they feel like we're here and we're not cooning enough for them. They feel like if they were in our place, they would have more because they would be cooning it up. That's how we've amassed so much in this country, because we were not cooning it up. I'm so disgusted by him, but I kind of want to read what other people have felt about what he said. ADOS Strong says, there is no we. He is a Nigerian American man. His people's blood is not on the soil of this country, in our history, or a part of our lineage. Harriet Jacobs says, freedmen, aka Black Americans, please sign this petition, and delineate, ethno-aggregate, aka separate, and create our own nation, removing immigrants from amongst us. We are a founding population of Americans, and we deserve our own offices of Bureau of Freedmen. And I agree with that. Like the Bureau of Indian Affairs, like the Native Americans. I agree with that. And there has been like some push for us to be identifying ourselves as Native Americans. I do not want to be in a group with the Native Americans because they may have their own territories and stuff like that, but they're not living well. We need our own. We need our own. We don't need to be with them. MCG Celeste says, there is no we here. Using it in this context is cultural theft and erasure, claiming a historical position that does not belong to you. Our ancestors are not the same. Black Americans built the foundation of this country through generations of forced labor, struggle, and survival. Immigrants arrived to a nation already built on that foundation. These histories are not interchangeable. It would have been easy to acknowledge the people your words harmed and offer a sincere apology. Instead, you chose to insert yourself where you do not belong. Shame on you. Ooh, she snapped. Oh, she snapped. But she always snaps. That's my sister. She snaps all the time. Big Smoke says, Africans have a parasitic relationship with us. My God, just look at the comments. Yeah, they do. And then this person, Nigel Peaches. Interesting that people like you further divide us Blacks, despite the struggles faced when it comes to equity/equality. First of all, equity and equality isn't the same. Then again, I take a step back. Perhaps your kind are insecure, sad, and will continue to grasp at whatever. What? Why do they project this on us? We're not insecure. We're home. You've divided yourself from us. You people want to be Nigerian. You want to be Ghanaian. You want to be whatever tribe you come from. Y'all want to be anything other than Black until you have a chance to try to throw it in our faces. We've seen this time and time again. It's not working anymore. And then MCG Celeste says, the insecurity lies with those who claim a history. Hold on. Let me go ahead and like it before I even read it. The insecurity lies with those who claim a history and culture that doesn't belong to them. I will continue to check and correct the record because it needs to be done. The difference between you and me is I don't need another group to legitimize my people. We are fully whole unto ourselves. The insecurity is within you. Yes. You are correct, sis. And then she tries to say, no insecurities here. It's just sad that we are having this discussion when the fight is really not within us. It is, because you people prescribe to, I mean, I keep saying prescribe. I think the word I'm trying to use is subscribe. You people subscribe to white supremacist ideologies and you project it onto us. And the worst part about it is you push us further backwards. When we have already done all this work, you undo the work and make us have to start over again. We're tired of having to do that. The fact that you don't even understand, she's saying this behavior is giving MAGA. Why is it MAGA? Because it doesn't include you. And to be frank, the only people that have rights to America are the Native Americans. Like, and they try to tell us who we are, and they tell us what we don't have, and they tell us what we can't do. No, you can't do that anymore. We're not allowing it. We're not allowing you to try to dictate to us who we are, what we have, what we can do. No more of that. And then MC, she probably just shuts down shop right here. But she says, "Sigh, I don't know why it's giving MAGA when we're simply enforcing a boundary. Every ethnicity has a boundary around their group. Are you saying that Black Americans aren't supposed to? We have indigenous ancestors too. I know my family does. I have all the things that make Black Americans Black American. Absolutely." And then somebody else would say, we're creating a divide. No, we're like, I'm glad she said that. It is a boundary. We are establishing boundaries. And the problem that these people are having is we did not have these boundaries before, because we were looking at them like they were our brothers and sisters. But then they come here and we've lived amongst them for long enough to realize that they don't see us that way. And since they don't, we can't keep lending our social currency to them. We can't keep lending our political power to them, because all they do is take it, they misuse it, and they set us back. We're literally starting at 1965 again. Do y'all realize that? We are still at 1965. We haven't been able to progress past the Civil Rights Act. We're still here. We're really just trying to get what we're supposed to have. And these people don't want us setting up boundaries, because then they don't get what they've been getting. Maybe they need to fight for the things that they feel like they need on their own without us. I don't know how they're going to do that, because they don't know how to organize in that way. All they can do is piggyback off of what we're doing and steal from behind our backs. We're done facilitating that for them. That is why everybody is mad. I don't know what else we're supposed to. What are we doing? Like, and I've said this before. We're gonna have to get to a point where we start ignoring these people. But they're acting out so bad. They're acting out in a way where it's like we have to keep checking them. We have to keep checking these people. And it's another distraction. I'm sick of it, y'all. I'm so sick of it. Thank you, Austell Gray. And yeah, they delineate from us. They divide from us. And when we start putting up boundaries, they say, oh, well, we Black people, us. No. Because if it was a we or an us, it wouldn't be the division from you. You wouldn't be telling us that you're different from us. For example, when white immigrants come here, they're just white. They have their own cultures. They keep their cultures at home. They don't come in the streets talking about, oh, well, I'm Italian American, and since I'm Italian American, I deserve this. they get all of the the privileges that white people get. But these people want to other themselves because they see us as a bottom caste. They see us as failures. They don't want to be anywhere near it. But they still want to be able to use the social currency in order to make themselves more palatable. I read an article a long time ago about how white immigrants, when they come here, they change their names to make them seem more American. And they change their last names to make them seem more American. And Black immigrants, when they come here, especially from the continent of Africa, they keep their names because they want to seem like they're other than Black American. Like, I literally, you know what? Let me see if I can find this. Because I know I saved it. I know I saved it. I probably saved it a few times. Because I was so mad when I saw it. I was like, I cannot believe this. No, I can't find it. It might have been deleted. But it was a video of that rapper Toby from Houston. I can't pronounce his last name. But I completely detest his music. It's very like lame hip hop. It's weird. Like I don't like his music. But he said something in this video about him being not being regular Black. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean you're not regular Black? What's wrong with being regular Black? You can't be regular Black and Nigerian at the same time. No, you're Nigerian. We'll be regular Black. Red 6 says, yes, the civil rights era was extended too long to slow us down. Delineation is creating a more equal playing field for us. Yeah. But it's not going to stay equal. It's going to be unequal for them. Because now they're getting the brunt of the violence and the poor reputation that we were getting. You know what I mean? Like before, we were so bad and blah blah blah. We're getting killed in the streets. We were getting that type of treatment, and now it's being reserved for immigrants. And I believe that it's all orchestrated from the top. You know what I mean? They have to have a new group to beat up on. It can't be us anymore. We've ascended too far for them to be trying to beat up on us and trying to pull us down, trying to start all of these, narratives, negative narratives about us when we're showing that we're not those people. They can't keep doing it because it's not going to work. They're losing credibility by even talking about us because we're delineating, and the main thing about delineating is that we're showing how great of a people we are. It's like what Minister Farrakhan always says: you don't have to do anything, because if you put a clean glass right next to a dirty glass, you're gonna be able to see which one is a clean glass. That's all we're doing. And since we're doing that, we're not the group to beat up on no more. They keep trying to pull us back so we can be that group. Like, y'all, please pay attention, because this is some real stuff. Like, they keep trying to pull us back so we can be the group that gets beat up on because they don't want it to be them. As soon as they started killing white people in the street, it was like, oh no. But it started with Rittenhouse, because he went to, what was it, Waukesha, Wisconsin? I think that's where it happened. He went there and he killed 2 white protesters. That's where it started. He killed 2 white protesters in the street and got off from it. That's where it started. Now we got federal agents doing it. That's why they're scared. When people see white people getting killed in the street, that's what Joe Budden said. Joe Budden is such an idiot. Like, I wanted to talk about that, but I was like, he's so stupid. Like, I don't even want to bring that up. But he's talking about how he was scared now that white people are getting killed in the streets. You weren't scared when people that look like you were getting killed in the streets. Like, are you dumb? Like, Joe Budden be on his podcast acting like a white woman. Dante 3x says, exactly, American white supremacy had already erased any so-called gains that 1965 afforded us. So we're back at square one with far less wealth and assets to work with than our grandparents. Exactly. We're literally starting with negative net worth. Why would we be focused on what the immigrant problem is? We don't even want you here because all you do is import your third world cultures and completely ruin the cost of living. Immigrants are the reason why wages are stagnant. If we work for a quarter, they'll work for a dime. It's just not fair. It's not fair. Yeah, that was when he was at the tiny desk. Yeah. Well, y'all know I got to go pick up a scene. This was a great live. I love coming and speaking with y'all every day. Thank you so much. Y'all don't know how much y'all enrich my life. I'm really, really grateful. Anyways, I will see y'all tomorrow. If I don't see y'all tomorrow, I'm going to see y'all in these tweets. Okay? Assalamu alaikum.